Which commercials won Super Bowl 50? What's going on, everyone? Fenity here, and today we are discussing the top 5 Super Bowl commercials. Now, these are kind of opinionated. You have your own opinions, but this is the definitive top 5 list. If your commercials aren't on here, then you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to get over that. So, everyone watches almost everyone watches the Super Bowl. Some for the game, but a lot for the commercials. And there were some good ones, and there were some really bad ones. So we're going to go over a good list, backed with some good old Call of Duty commentary, KN44, domination on Combine, maybe? I don't really know what this map is called. But it's there, it's gameplay, whatever. This is also my first commentary, so let me know if there's topics you want me to do commentaries on, and I will definitely do them because they are a ton of fun. Anyway, jumping into the 5 commercials that won the Super Bowl. First, I'm going to do an honorary mention, which is Pokemon, because duh, it's Pokemon. It was amazing. 20 years makes me feel really old, first of all. I can't believe it's been that long. And 2, they have a special edition DSs coming out with the old original game downloaded on them. Also, the commercial, it did not feel like a Pokemon commercial. It felt like I would say a Nike commercial, but it gets you really amped up, and then you're like, Pokemon, way to go, Nintendo. So that is an honorable mention right there. Number 5, though, getting into the real list, is going to be Buick. This was their Odell Beckham commercial, and it might be a little bit because I'm a fan of Odell, I'm a Giants fan, but that commercial was pretty hilarious. When I enjoy memes, which will come up later in the commentary as well. Memes will almost always get me on a commercial, get me on board, and this one did it pretty well. If you haven't seen them, then just put up this whatever I say, and then Super Bowl commercial, and it'll come up. But it's essentially a girl makes a diving catch for the bouquet at a wedding, and everyone's like, she Odell'd it, she Odell'd it, and then Odell's like, she was out of bounds. Very well done, very funny. Car commercials in the Super Bowl just did very well in general, in my opinion. I thought they were very, very well done, and definitely dominated the top 5 spots. I'll tell you guys that now. But Buick, good job. I liked your commercial the least out of the best 5, but you know, that's still an accomplishment with how many commercials are played in the Super Bowl and the quality that goes into them. Number 4 is going to be the Avalanche commercial. And this is a commercial where, if you don't remember it, it was the singing sheep, essentially. And when I had first watched this video, I was like, what is this video going to be about? What is this commercial driving me into? And although the commercial did not make much sense, it made enough to... Basically, it was identifying the speakers that played out of the back of the truck. So all the sheep came in knowing this one song that the farmer that was driving them there was singing all the time. It hinged on that point, but just the fact that the animation was done so well, the way the sheep were singing, it was done really well. The dog does the outro, which is hilarious. Talking animals are just funny. You gotta get over that. I was expecting a screaming goat. I was hoping for a screaming goat. Was not there, but that being said, it was still a great commercial, and it made me laugh. So it made me laugh a lot. It was one of the better ones in the second half, I would say. So, number 3, the bronze medal of the Super Bowl commercials, is going to be T-Mobile. And this is both of their commercials. They had one the first half and one the second half, I believe. The first half was the Steve Harvey commercial, where they took a survey from last year, and then they took a survey from this year, and he said that Verizon's status was wrong, and it was not him. And they were just making a play off the whole Miss America, Steve Harvey got it wrong kind of deal. But, as I said, memes, hilarious. Put them in commercials all the time. I don't care if a lot of people don't get it. I get it. People that are on the internet consistently get it, and it's funny to us. And we're the people that matter. So put more memes in your commercials, and you'll be put on my top 5 list, and that's really the highest regard you can have. So memes, that's what we need. But Steve Harvey, his was pretty good. His alone would not have made the top 5 list, though. Definitely the weaker of the 2 T-Mobile commercials, in my opinion. And the other one was the Drake one, where they are filming the commercial they're filming the music video for Hotline Bling, and then the producer, I don't know, the legal field of the song creation, I guess, come up, and they have to make some tweaks, and they're talking about other phone companies and how they limit you, and that's what Hotline Bling is supposed to be about. and they are just making him insert all of these words, like all legal phrases, into his song, and he's schmoozy and just kind of playing it up that he's okay with how this is going and that it's not going to destroy his song. And then yeah, it just escalates from there. So he gets all that in, and then all of a sudden there are 3 corporate people dancing in his box to Hotline Bling. So Hotline Bling, another big meme. I was really hoping for some of the edits, but the fact that Drake was that willing to go forward with his video, I don't know if he knows how big of a meme it is, but the fact that he was open to that was very funny. And the scene at the end with all 3 of them dancing horribly like middle-aged corporate, I don't want to say drones because that's a bad word, like a bad connotation on it, but workers. It was good. I was number 3. Like, that was the commercial that locked T-Mobile into number 3 for me. So good job, T-Mobile. And that one was in the second half when the competition was arguably more stiff, where there were a lot more commercials coming out. So they stepped their game up, and I'm happy for that. Number 2 of the commercials that won the Super Bowl, and this one was the Shock Top commercial. That one was the one with TJ Miller talking to the Shock Top Tap. Basically a comedy skit, and TJ Miller is a funny-ass dude, so it was set up for success basically instantly. But the jokes were very well written. I think it was the only commercial, except for number 1, to make everyone who was at the Super Bowl party I was at laugh, which is an accomplishment because there were a bunch of different people there, and they were varying in their tastes of humor, so that is an accomplishment within itself that it reached to all those audiences. TJ Miller's a funny-ass dude, and the jokes were just really well played. They were set up right, they were executed perfectly, and just the entire setup itself made for a funny situation. So, Shock Top, taking the silver. Now, number 1, the commercials that won the Super Bowl. It is a 2-parter, but they both connected with each other, and it was the Prius commercials. The Prius commercials were fucking hilarious. And the first one by itself would have won. I thought that was great. I was laughing past that commercial into other commercials just because the connotation Priuses have on them is they're just kind of little like eco cars that don't go really fast. They look like crap, and that's what they are. So they changed it. The back of the Prius still kind of looks like a Prius, but the front looks much more like a Corolla or a newer Toyota, which is a good innovation by them, first of all. But second of all, they played around it really well and made it a commercial like it was a sports car and that it was in a police chase. So a police chase involving a Prius, just that's a funny concept in general. And the fact that they added a bunch of other things into it, like going into a construction road, backing up, things of that sort. Just it was really funny, and that first part of the commercial was great. I may have put that at number 2 under Shock Top, but it was a great commercial nonetheless. And then the second part came on, and I died. The second part was that so no one can catch the Prius. The cop cars couldn't make it to him, and so they said we have to evolve from cat chasing mouse to panther chasing mouse, if I said that correctly, if I remember it correctly. And they paint scheme and soup up a Prius to be just like they're like supercar to chase down this Prius that can't be caught by any other cop cars. And not only is the entire mini montage of creating the Prius hilarious, but then the Prius race was great. It's a Prius chasing a Prius. It was fantastic. The thieves in that were great. The whole blow up of it being a national thing. That the Prius car was now national because of this chase that no cops could catch them on was great. And the icing on the cake was when, I'm assuming they were making a play on you never have to get gas because they never stopped for gas, and then all the cops were not behind them anymore. The guy fell asleep at the wheel and almost hit the cop cars that were setting up a roadblock, but because they'd been there for so long, they fell asleep, and they just creep through the cop brigade without waking anyone up and just keep going. It was an amazingly done commercial, and props to Toyota. Almost bought a Prius because of that commercial. If I had less self-respect, just kidding, Prius owners, I would buy Prius just because that commercial was amazing, and I like high production value and supporting good content. So those were my top 5. Now we're going to list off a couple that people needed to shut the fuck up about because they were not funny. And maybe I'll list another couple honorable mentions. We do have a couple more minutes going here. First of all, that Doritos commercial was awful. The abortion one, abortion birth one. And not because of its topic. Like, I couldn't give a shit about it. If it was about abortion, if it was about birth, I don't care. It was just a disgusting commercial. Like, I didn't find the baby thing funny, and then when it threw out and it was supposed to just burst out, it was just gross. I'm just not a fan. It was not a funny commercial. I think that was actually the only one that I did not enjoy, that seems like everyone else did. So a couple more honorable mentions because we do have a little time. Hyundai one, maybe? The Hyundai one was good. The Hyundai one with Kevin Hart was pretty good. Not the one I was trying to think of, but Hyundai one was pretty solid. Kevin Hart just being a typical father, hunting down his daughter's boyfriend and following him around. Death stares. Kevin Hart's always good for a laugh. The other one I was trying to think of, it was another car commercial with Christopher Walken, not Alec Baldwin. Christopher Walken, I think it was Kia, and he had the hand sock puppet. That was pretty funny. Christopher Walken, also a funny guy, keeping the hand sock puppet as a continuing theme. Good idea, made it way funnier. And car commercials just really killed it this year. Then the one with Alec Baldwin was pretty good. Not too much to say about that. It was entertaining. And another one I didn't find too funny that everyone else apparently did was the Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer one, which is sad because Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer are both hilarious. Paul Rudd made a little appearance, and the commercial had a really good premise. It didn't really strike a chord with me the way I wanted. I mean, I watched it. It was entertaining, but it was just another commercial that I was watching in the Super Bowl. It wasn't anything special. And the last one, the Heinz commercial, was pretty good. It was cute. It wasn't funny, which is why it's not on this list. But it was cute. It was fun to watch. So I was okay with that one. So that's going to wind out my top 5 commercials that won the Super Bowl. Congratulations, Toyota Prius. You win. Leave a like if you enjoy this commentary style. Comment down below letting me know either if you want to see me do another commentary, because I enjoy them a lot. They're actually a lot of fun. I just don't always have topics I want to talk about. So if you want me to do one, leave it down there. 2, what commercials you think made your top 5, and I'll tell you why you're wrong, but go ahead and leave them down there. I want to hear your opinions. Feel free to subscribe if you're new here. I will try and do more commentaries. There's going to be more Call of Duty stuff out and other random stuff if I ever feel like playing anything else. Feel free to follow my social links too. Those will be in the description below in case you want to keep connected. And until next time, I'll see everyone later.